Hey guys, this is the Bardic Adventure, and I got a lot of news. I've been meaning to make an update video, and to be honest, if I don't do one now, I don't think I'll be able to do one for a while. Because of all the big shit going on pretty soon. So let's get right into it. First off, I'm gonna have to do a little bit less videos from now on, especially on Final Fantasy. I'm pushing them out a lot. Now, secondly, I wanted to say the reason why I'm not going to be able to make as many videos as I have been recently is because of some really big stuff. I'm going into a special training program, as it were, in order to actually learn how to support myself. Also, along those lines, I have just turned 20 today. Hallelujah. 20 years old, out on the world, and I have no idea what I'm doing. But when you don't know what you're doing, screw it, throw caution to the wind, and do what you can. If that doesn't work, crap. Alright, that gets those two things out of the way really quickly. Oh yeah, my mom helped me set up a really useful rig. That way, in the future, I'll be able to transfer my recording software, like the main screen of it, to my laptop, and vice versa to my monitor. And I also have a now wireless keyboard, so I can just roll anywhere in my room, play like Minecraft, Final Fantasy, whatever I want to play, I can play at a distance. Another thing is, along with me getting ready to go into training to learn how to cook, it's one of the jobs I want to go for. And to be honest, I really am looking forward to this. I went there one time before for IT, but it never worked out. So this is what I'm doing. I am going in there to learn how to cook. I had to take a special program to learn how to live on my own while I was there, but it still worked out in my favor. I met a lot of awesome people there, and I am really looking forward to going back, seeing who's still there, and figuring out a few new things of my own. Other than that, sleeping schedule, they told me I have to go back into this special program where I can go generate money again. I have that potential, but I just gotta work twice as hard as I did last time. I know last time I worked hard, but can't not double up on that work. Besides, hard work, great rewards. No work, well, you get the picture. Other than that, I'm kind of trying to keep this a little short because my grandparents are getting ready to come home pretty soon. This game's Terraria. I like it. I might do a video on it in the future. Got to do less Final Fantasy and more Castlevania and Metroid. Everyone's awesome, and there's a lot of awesome stuff going on. And I'm out of breath. I should have prepared a cup of water for this. Sorry if this is lagging on your end, guys, because I'm still trying to get this to work. And apparently I can't disable VSync, so shit. Anyway, I guess this is just a Terraria and update, or not Terraria, Starbound and update video. I think I already called it that twice. But basically, Starbound and updates. Updates are already said, let's play this game. I'm going to release this as soon as possible, and I made myself a challenge. You guys want to hear? Here it is. If you're watching this long, here's the challenge. I am going to finish the first Final Fantasy II series before I go on to training. That's my challenge, and hopefully I can actually do it. Only tricky parts? Bosses. They're going to be a living nightmare, and not all the time they'll be as easy as the Snake Queen, who would have kicked my ass if I didn't luck out with all that magic. I mean, I even had to fight her twice because I messed up so bad. I mean, I more or less forgot to save, and I had to fight her a second time. But in doing so, she changed up her strategy and allowed me a little bit of time to change up mine. So we still have some of that sage's wisdom, just need to use it to our advantage. That's that out of the way. We also have, in the future, when Final Fantasy II is done, I'm going to be moving on to HD remake on the PSP of Final Fantasy III. Now I know what you're thinking. Why am I going for that when I could have gone for the original? Trust me, you don't want me to go for the original. It looks like crap in comparison. Like, seriously, it looks like Pokemon Red style stuff. And I'm not saying that's bad, but really, if you've lived through that kind of portable gaming era, you know what I'm talking about. It's like black and white graphics, two-dimensional, and the combat system doesn't even try to follow what it usually is. Like, it's mainly like, oh yeah, just put all the enemies on one screen and let the player decide what to do with them. So that's why I'm going for that. And since I am going for that, I've also got really good news. After when I hit like Final Fantasy IV, I believe, I know there's like one other Final Fantasy game that has a special villain named Garland, a warlock with powers over the sun and the moon, and most importantly, hypnosis. So he's going to be available for us in the future. Not sure if it's near, far, wherever it are. I messed that up. Near, far, you get the picture. I don't know when he's coming up, but I know he's coming. And trust me, that guy is a hell. But not as much of a hell as... Ugh. A particular boss there that literally creeps the shit out of me. It divides itself into approximately 6 other versions of itself, smaller, and it has clothes. I know what you're thinking. It doesn't sound that bad. Well, trust me when I say it is. This thing, if you're a horror movie fanatic, it's a giant walking doll. Yeah, that sounds crazy. But I'm not shitting you. It's a giant walking doll with a fetish for confuse. One of the most hellish spells I hate. Well, I don't hate the spell. I just hate it when it's used on me. Other than that, there's going to be... Like, I've already said this, I think. I'm doing the whole Final Fantasy series, not the first one, or the second. Like, not just those two. And I've been approximately recording for 9 minutes so far. Let's try to get some subjects out of the way, too. On my Twitter, I haven't really been putting as many messages up as I used to in the beginning, because I know some of you guys are watching this from there, and you know who you are. If you like my shit, then check out my YouTube. I got tons more, and you can see everything from the originals to the newest. And I may as well just real quick explain why Bardic Adventurer, why not some other weird name, or why I decided to have my thing as a red mage. Well, all those questions and more, you just gotta ask. Gotta be willing to ask. Seriously. Now, let's start off with the first one. Why the red mage? Well, in my opinion, red mages are masters of light and dark. They have all the abilities to nuke everything and do damage to those who harm. That's my opinion on them. And the white mage aspect of them, they defend everyone who they want. Like, they don't just defend one person only with attacking. They defend by healing, giving not only emotional, physical, every kind of support they needed. And that's why I picked the red mage, because I want to be that kind of hero. And I know that higher up YouTubers do more stuff like that, but can't say I'm not going to take a shot. Besides, wouldn't you rather take a shot at something you're afraid of, rather than being a coward, hiding behind your friends and enemies and all that stuff, and watching everything play out? Now, the reason why I picked Bardic Adventurer for my YouTube name is because, well, everybody has a story. I'm just the kind of guy who likes to tell them. And sometimes, who knows, maybe I'll even tell yours. Or maybe I'll tell a little bit more of mine. And the adventurer part, because life is an adventure. We all live it the way we want to. Whether it's just sitting at a computer, playing video games all day, or just watching the birds, or even just going out, looking at mountains and thinking, I'm gonna climb that shit, and then actually doing it. Life is an adventure on its own. Some of you may be thinking, well, nothing actually interesting happens in my life, or in yours, or in anyone's. I don't like this. Well, that's because you're not experiencing the adventure parts. Go out there. Have fun. Literally, go to like a theme park. Busch Gardens is actually really good, trust me. Like, I've even been on their Griffin, and holy crap, that was a good one. And I'm gonna be totally honest, unless you actually experience those kinds of things, you'll never understand what I'm talking about or why I'm suggesting these things. Because there's too many people in the world that don't like what they're doing. And not enough people saying, well, go do something else, something new, something fresh. May as well add one more person to that group, because I'm joining it. Still a couple, like one more minute left. Oh yeah. And I really do mean